Welcome to Seward, Alaska!
Thanks for joining us for episode 6 of Roadies Roam the World, Alaska. We arrived in Seward and got settled into our camp spot before heading off to explore the town. Seward, Alaska is a small Alaskan coastal town that sits on Resurrection Bay off the Gulf of Alaska. Seward has 2,600 residents year-round. During the summer, the population nearly doubles as seasonal workers arrive to support the tourism and commercial fishing industries. We were visiting at the end of this season. The town has turned its bayfront property into campgrounds. The town was also impacted by the Good Friday earthquake of 1964. The 9.2 magnitude earthquake caused a tsunami that ended up devastating the homes and businesses along the bay. Across the bay are several cirque glaciers. These are glaciers that form in bowl-shaped depressions in the side of a mountain. There are 4 types of alpine glaciers, which are those that form at high altitudes in mountainous regions. Including the cirque glaciers, there are valley glaciers, which fill former stream valleys with ice as they push outward from their zone of accumulation. Cirque glaciers that grow beyond the limits of the depression in which they form spill out to become valley glaciers. Piedmont glaciers form when valley glaciers flow out of canyons onto the lowland adjacent to a mountain front. And then finally, ice fields are confined to large basins or plateaus, having tall mountain peaks called nunataks protruding above the ice. Ice fields feed alpine valley glaciers. If a glacier is fed by enough snow to flow out of the mountains and down to the sea, we call it a tidewater glacier. And we'll see a tidewater glacier calving when we tour Kenai Fjords by boat. But first, we see Kenai Fjords by foot.
But we are at the Kenai Fjords National Park. We're gonna go see Exit Glacier. I have no idea if we're gonna hike. It's wet.
The next day, we drive to Kenai Fjords National Park to hike up to Exit Glacier. This is a popular activity when you come to Seward, and Kenai Fjords is a unique park where the majority of the park is best seen from the water. The Exit Glacier hike is one of just a few activities to do by land at this national park. The hike to Exit Glacier is considered easy, and the first part of the hike is paved and at a gentle incline. When we first arrive, we check out the map outside the visitor center to plan our route. The plan is for Mom and Dad to hike the part of the trail highlighted in orange, and for Kit and I to hike the pink highlighted area. As we set out on the hike, we notice these markers with the year on them. This is to indicate the base of Exit Glacier in that year. It's amazing how much the glacier has receded over the last couple of decades, and more on that in a moment. paved area ends, the trail narrows and starts to get steeper. Exit Glacier is one of 35 glaciers derived from the Harding ice field in the Kenai Mountains of Alaska. It's one of the most accessible valley glaciers in Alaska and is a visible indicator of glacial recession due to climate change. Exit Glacier retreated approximately 187 feet from 2013 to 2014, and park scientists continue to monitor and record the glacier's accelerating recession. 2016 was a record year for Exit Glacier as it receded 216 feet in that year alone. Average rate of recession for Exit Glacier is 125 feet a year. In 2015, President Barack Obama made the hike to Exit Glacier before giving a speech that addressed climate change at a conference in Anchorage. Exit Glacier received its name in the spring of 1968 when a group of mountaineers crossed the Harding ice field and exited at then Resurrection Glacier, later named Exit Glacier by a local newspaper. Exit Glacier is a popular area for winter recreation. The area is open year-round. However, the road to Exit Glacier is usually closed to cars from late October through mid-November, usually due to snow. Winter activities include dog sledding, snow machining, snowshoeing, cross-country skiing, and so on. conditions are required to form a glacier: abundant snowfall, cool summers, and the gravitational flow of ice. Kenai Fjords meets all of these conditions. Moist air moving off the Gulf of Alaska in the winter produces, on average, 60 feet of snowfall on Harding Ice Field every year. The cool summers ensure the abundance of snow accumulated doesn't fully melt. The next season, more snow is dumped onto last season's snowfall. The next year, the same, and the year after that, and so on. As the snow accumulates, the weight of overlying layers causes the snow to degrade and compact. This process is known as fernification and is the first step in the transition from snow to glacial ice. Glacial ice is made up of less than 20% air and passes through several stages before its final stage. Firn is 50% air, and neve is 20 to 30% air. This entire process only takes 4 to 10 years in Kenai Fjords. If you want to be really adventurous, you can hike to and on the Harding Ice Field. Our hike, called the Exit Glacier Loop, was 2.2 miles with an elevation gain of 314 feet. It takes about an hour to complete and is considered an easy trail. By contrast, the Harding Ice Field Trail is an 8.6 mile out and back trail with a 3,198 feet elevation gain. This trail is considered to be challenging and is rated hard on all trails. It typically takes 6 hours to complete this trail. Next time on Roadies Roam the World, we see Kenai Fjords the way it was meant to be seen, by boat.